What is up, everyone? Circon here, bringing you guys another video. This time around, we're going to take a look at two different things. Mainly just going to take a look at the British Challenge that starts tomorrow. And after that, I want to talk about another premium tank that is for sale on NA right now. And I think it will be coming to EU eventually, I guess. But yeah, first things first, let's take a look at the British Challenge. So this is very reminiscent of course, the Italian one where you could grind for the Borghetto. Which you could then get for free if you do all 10 steps. And the missions, in terms of XP that you need, have been toned down a little bit, but nothing crazy. And yeah, let's just quickly go through them. So it's always in two stages. It's either basic speed, that's from tier 6 to tier 10. And there's also a mission that you can also do. It's 4. And that's only tier 10 vehicles. So if you don't have any tier 10 vehicles, you're stuck to grinding basic speed. If you have tier 10 vehicles, you can try and get the basically mission for mastery done. And if you don't get the high caliber reward one time, which is the first mission, you can always get the 3000 basic speed points. Now, this is basic speed, and this is another reason why I want to shortly go through this. That means that premium tanks don't matter. Tanks, what else is there? The boosters don't matter. It's all basic speed. Even premium account, I think, also doesn't matter. It's literally just basic speed. So everybody's, has the same chance of getting this. And you can't really cheese it with any boosters or anything like that. So the first one is 3000 basic speed. The second is always basic speed. And the first one is high caliber reward one time as a tier 10 vehicle. So pretty straightforward. This is block at least 4k damage 5 times. Now, this is already kind of interesting because you have to only play tier 10. And now, I don't know about you, but I tend to block more at like tier 7, 8, and 9 than I do at tier 10 because of all the gold slinging going around. And people tend to be slightly better players, so they either don't shoot at you at all, knowing that they have no chance, or they just sling the gold and shoot your turret front in like an E100 or something like that. So this is a bit of an awkward mission already. And as you can see, the XP needed already doubles up to 6k. And as you can also see, you get a little bit extra as well. So you get a couple of consumables here. Then here you get a booster and 100,000 credits, which people will probably need to fund their tier 10 dreams of shooting full gold all the time. And then stage 3 is 12k. So, again, a doubling, 6k to 12k, and then you need to finish the battle as a top player on your team by damage cost 5 times. So not XP, but damage done. And then you also get a booster and another 100k credits. It's tier 4, 24k now, and that is 850 points of basic speed 10 times. That is pretty reasonable. I'd say that this one's easier than the first, than the 2 and 3, I'd say. 850 basic speed in tier 10 only, that is pretty reasonable, actually. I think I would easily, would I get the 224k? You have to remember that this is basic speed, so this is like at least 24 battles, probably more, right? You need, if you want 1k XP per game, which is quite a bit, this is roughly like 30 games or something already. So yeah, this is probably looking to be the mastery one is probably easier, whilst in these two, I'll probably just grind out the basic speed needed at tier 9, right? And that's kind of the way I would do things, by the way. If you want to get high value basic speed, I would highly suggest tier 9 light tanks. And then not the bad one, which is the Chinese one. But especially like the T-54 lightweight would, I think, be one of the most beast tanks you can play in this. Other shoutouts would be probably tier 8 light tanks like the Bulldog and the premium Bulldog as well. That'd be good as well. So tier 5 is cause at least 4500 HP of damage 10 times and only available so you need to do 10 games of 4500 HP of damage. So this one again, will you do 4500 damage 10 times or will you play 40 games sooner? Like, I actually think you might get the mastery one if you have the tier 10. And then tier 6 is obtaining a high caliber reward 5 times, which is actually kind of interesting because that is also not too tough compared to the XP grind, I'd say. But again, you need tier 10 vehicles. And then also here, this is an important one, you get credit boosters, which on the European server are pretty rare. and then 250,000 credits as well. And then this one is finish the battle as the top player on your team by experience earned 15 times, compared to roughly playing, I'd say 40 to 45 games at least to earn the basic XP, which can be done in lower tiers as well. And then you get the Royal Hunter camo, just like the Italian camo. You get a special camo you can only get with the mission, although they are selling the Italian camo now on the store as well, like months and months later, so it's probably not going to be super exclusive, but for the time being it will be. And tier 8 is finish the battle as the top player on your team by damage cost 20 times, or grind 40k. And it's quite a lot you get for it. You get a premium day, 500,000 credits, boosters for additional XP, and additional credits. Which again, the credit one is pretty nice to get. And more credit boosts here at 500,000. And you need to earn at least 850 points of base XP 20 times, only available for tier 10 vehicles. And the other one is 45k. So the XP luckily doesn't continue to double all the time, so we don't need 80k here, luckily. So 45k, and then the 10th one would be finish the battle as a top player on your team by experience earned 20 times, available only for tier 10s. So top XP 20 times, that might take a little bit. And this is where obviously you get the Caernarvon Action X, the garage slot to put it in. You get a full crew as well, with Rose and Arms perk trained to 100%. I'm not sure if this is the 0 crew skill crew or not. By this wording, I guess it isn't, but maybe it is. If so, that's a really nice bonus. And then you get the Fear Not style, which is like the weird camo you can put on as well. So yeah, my thoughts on this. I think the most casual of casual players can do this at least at the tier 5, I'd say. Which means you get half off of the package that buys you a Caernarvon Action X. And I think with the Italian one, I think I got to 6 or 7 just by playing the game normally and buying it like in one of the last days. If you buy it right away and you get no discount and stuff, you still get everything that you get from doing the mission. So you still get these credits, you still get these premium days, you get the modules, you get the boosters, you get all the credit boosters, you get all of it with buying the bundle. So if you buy it at half off, or if you buy it at 70% off, you will still get all 10 rewards. So you still get the special camo, you still get the crew, you get all of it still. So my thoughts on this is that it's excellent. I really like these things. These are excellent ways for even free-to-play players to get a pretty massive discount if they do want to go, instead of free-to-play, to actually buying a premium. This is a good way of doing it. And even if you're not going to buy the tank, the rewards itself are nice. And you only have to play tier 6 and higher to get some of these rewards. And like I said, I think you can relatively easily get to the tier 5 at least. And then, after that, you could maybe consider buying one, I suppose. So yeah, anyway, let's take a look at what the Caernarvon Action X is all about. Let me just clean all of this up. There it is. And then we're going to take a look at the normal tier 8 as well, because why not, right? That's what everybody's going to ask. What's the difference between these two? And this is already a good way of viewing it, is that this thing has the 230 alpha gun, which actually has slightly higher pen. Rate of fire is actually kind of the same, so what you're ending up with is a Caernarvon Action X with 623 less DPM. And the gun isn't even that much better, it just literally lacks the... it's pretty much the same reload and everything, but you're just going to get 50 less alpha per shot, so... Yeah, it kind of has it kind of has like the old school gun, basically. If it handles exactly the same, it still has longer aiming time, but this version is slightly better. If it handles the same as the normal and as the Caernarvon, then that's pretty sweet. Armor-wise, it looks to be exactly the same, and it actually is a little bit faster, going 36, which is nice, and better traverse speed, so it's a little bit more nimble, as it doesn't have to carry the bigger gun, I suppose. So that is nice. And then the base view range of 380 is completely workable, of course. This 449 is because I have crew in it. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's just add everything to it. See if it makes some super significant differences. And let's just add optics. And this is how I would equip it as well. You just do the first steps, the optics, and the gun rammer. People still ask for for suggestions on how to how to configure your tanks, but it's pretty much always the same, as you can see here as well. I put this to 100. There we go. Let's add food to this guy as well, just to get the maximum values out of everything. And then, you know, you're only lacking 300 less DPM, which is a little bit less significant, but it's still a little bit of a downgrade, especially as a heavy tank. You don't want to be, you want to have a little bit higher alpha. I feel like 280 is a much better spot, just because of out trading other values, you know, other tanks that are going to be slamming you for like a little bit more. And you can also see that now that the top speed and especially the first gets actually quite a lot better. So it's a little bit more nimble. I'd say just from, you know, looking at this, it's going to be a pretty decent premium, right? You're going to be pretty good, damn good holdout nowadays. The Caernarvon used to be the laughing stock of tier 8, but all the buffs to it really helped it out. It's probably, arguably, one of the better tier 8 heavies, I'd say. And a slightly heavier one is not bad. So if you don't mind the lower alpha, then I think this, and you really like the current Caernarvon, and this is an excellent tank to pick up, especially at the discounts. But do keep in mind that even though you get discounts, you're gonna have to buy a whole bundle of this, right? Because of all the things they added. So you're still gonna be spending probably around 30 euros or something, even with like a half discount, if the Italian challenge was anything to go by. So yeah, I think it's a decent tank. I like that they're doing these missions. It's good stuff. It starts tomorrow, so I figure I'd make a video about it today. And it was only one other thing I wanted to touch upon. It has nothing to do with the British challenge, but definitely, but it's kind of a, I don't want to make a separate video on it, you know what I mean? So, last boss of the British challenge, it's awesome. You know, some of them are definitely easier with the tier 10. And some of them are, I think, roughly equivalent of grinding the free XP. So, all in all, I like these challenges. I like that they do them relatively often. And like, I don't want to do a challenge like every single month, but like it's cool. I like it. So the other thing I wanted to talk about quickly, just to touch upon, because people are going to ask about this tank as well, is the IS-2M. And it's still on NA right now, as I'm looking on the first day. I don't think it's on EU yet, or maybe I'm just blind as a bat. So they're selling an IS-2M. Now the reason I want to make a video about this, because I feel like it's a really stupid thing to add to the game. We already have the IS-2 premium from the Berlin trio, and we already have a KV-122, which is a less armored but faster tank. And now we have the IS-2M as well, and then of course we have the two IS-2s in the tech trees as well. And it literally doesn't really add anything to the game except for the nth billionth premium tank for the Russian-Soviet, you know, premium tank. So I feel like it's a gigantic waste. Like, why? And it has the same effing gun, the D25T. Like, nobody gets excited about this gun anymore, right? We've seen this gun on 6 million Soviet tanks. Like, they should have at least given this the 100 mil gun that the IS has, with maybe, you know, similar stats, or maybe slightly buffed or something in the base pen. I don't know, something to help out this shit. We now have so many of these tanks. It's actually crazy. And if you want to give a short review on it, it's literally an IS-2 that can side scrape a little bit better because of the armor on the shoulders here. But here's the best part, right? They're selling the IS-2, and they're also selling the IS-2, the IS-2M, and they're also selling the normal IS-2. And the pricing here is absolutely hilarious. So a stock IS-2 from the Berlin, the trio tanks, comes with the amazing zero skill. I love that there's no official name for this yet. Like, we kind of just adopted what the community started calling it. Zero skill crew with Brothers in Arms perk for IS-2. Now, this is really good, right? This is really good value because you train your crews up insanely faster, and having Brothers in Arms all the time is really nice. Keep in mind, though, that you have to retrain for golds, or at least for credits, to put them in the tank you're actually using, because you don't have to retrain them to use them in the IS-2. So there's always some gold price attached to this, right? But the base of this is like at least 1,000 gold worth. And then you have the special customization, so you don't have to put camo on it. You get the garage slot, obviously, which you always do. And it's 26 USD, $26. And now they're selling the IS-2M on its own for $29.99, basically $30. And you get jack shit. So you still have to get, well, if you have a crew, you can just put it in because it's a premium. But you don't get the crew, which is worth at least 1,000 gold. If not more, because of the Brothers in Arms skill attached to it. And you also have to put camo on it, which is also gold or at least credits. And then you can play it. So they're selling an IS-2 for more money, and you get less. Like, this is so dumb. Like, oh, I can't even, right? And on top of this, we already have the freaking the KV-122 as well. And there's about 18 or so premium Russian heavies. We really don't need much more. Like, maybe throw in a Swedish heavy or something. And yes, I realize that the Russians made like 6 million different tanks at the end, like after World War II and stuff. But by God, am I the only one that's tired of this? Like, they couldn't even put a different gun on it. Like, it has the same gun as always. Like, literally the same gun as all the other ISs. Like, they couldn't make... Like, if this was a 100mm gun, I'd be like, you know what, that's cool. Because I personally really like the IS-2 as well with the 100mm. I actually like it more than the 122. And that would have made it at least slightly different. Then it would still be weird that the prices are really weird in this one. And I don't even know. And then the thing here is as well that they're selling only in a bundle. So only if you buy it in a bundle do you get the 0 crew skill crew in this tank that comes box standard in the IS-2. So the IS-2M, you have to buy a bundle to get it. Overall, just super dumb business practices, if you ask me. And I just want to give my thoughts on it. I think, especially if you already own an IS-2, which I think a lot of people do, because it's, again, with the 0 crew skill crew, it's actually really nice. Tier 7 matchmaking is arguably better than Tier 6 and 8 at the moment, I'd say. Yeah. I don't know what they're doing here, dog. Anyway, that's it for me today, boys. Good luck for all of those that are going to be grinding the British Challenge starting tomorrow, as you can see. I think I'll make a video about it today. Hopefully it is informative. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Maybe check out some more videos. We got another highlight reel incoming soon, TM. Like Blizzard soon, alright? So don't worry about that. We got one of those incoming. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.